There is a serious issue with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You need to know about this. Every year in October, everything gets plastered with pink. Pink ribbons, pink footballs, pink boas, pink t-shirts. Everything is pink. At first glance, you would think, this is amazing, right? It's bringing an incredible amount of awareness to breast cancer for an entire month. Breast cancer gets placed front and center. Wow. But there is an underbelly you need to know about. Knowing this will make sure that your donation dollars will go to a place that truly is going to make a difference. This will help save the lives of women diagnosed with breast cancer. Here are the problems with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Starting with number 1, pinkwashing. Pinkwashing is a form of cause marketing, meaning that companies tie themselves to a social cause as a form of marketing. Companies display pink ribbons on their products and on their packaging. They use the symbol as a marketing technique with little or no money going towards breast cancer awareness or research. It's a way for them to profit during the month of October. That's it. Now, some people might say, who cares? At least there's awareness being brought to breast cancer. Sure, awareness is great, but it does not stop women from dying. You know what actually saves the lives of women diagnosed with breast cancer? It's funding. Money, research dollars, going directly towards people and researchers who can find better detection, prevention, and treatments. I'm gonna give you examples of nonprofits and charities that do exactly that. More on that in a little bit. Now, pinkwashing is also when companies place a pink ribbon on their products and claim to care about breast cancer in women who are diagnosed, but in actuality, that product causes breast cancer or it's very unhealthy. This could be companies that sell wine or alcohol or a bucket of KFC. The largest organization to fall under criticism for pinkwashing is the Susan G. Komen Foundation. They have had numerous partnerships with companies that are selling products that are linked to breast cancer or are just unhealthy. But that could be a video all on its own, so more on that another time. But I have to give you a direct example of pinkwashing that happened to me right as I was preparing to make this video. This is such a clear example, it's too good not to share. I received an email from a company that's promoting their product during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Their product is beef jerky. Now, beef jerky is a processed meat. This is known for increasing the risk of breast cancer. Big red flag right there. A product that increases the risk of breast cancer using pink ribbon branding during the month of October. Yikes. But there are a couple more issues with this too. Within this email, they didn't tell me where the money was going. They stated multiple breast cancer foundations across the US. What does that mean? So basically, I don't know where the money is going. The next red flag here is that I am not a breast cancer survivor. They just assumed I was. Because I'm a young woman who shares her story about having cancer online, they assumed I had breast cancer. I didn't. I had ovarian cancer. This is just not good. This is not a strong marketing approach for this company. So to help detect and avoid pinkwashing, here's what you can do. Ask how much money goes to breast cancer research. For me, 10% of the proceeds is just not enough. It doesn't contribute enough dollars. For me to make a donation, it has to be 20% minimum. Then I might buy the product or service. Honestly though, it's unlikely because I'd rather just make the straight donation to the cause of my choice. I don't want the money tied up in a product hoping that the company does the right thing and actually makes the donation. The next question to ask is what company will get the funds? Does their marketing actually reflect their mission? If the company does not stand for supporting health and supporting women, then it's unlikely that they actually care about that cause. Okay, but on to the next problem with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's triggering. For breast cancer survivors, it's difficult to be constantly reminded of their diagnosis during the month of October. Every time you turn on the radio, shop at your grocery store, everywhere you look, it's just pink, pink, pink. It's a constant wave of reliving this very traumatizing thing that happened to you. Some women find Breast Cancer Awareness Month so triggering that they leave social media for the month of October and they refuse to go to charity walks. It's really painful reliving that experience. Every single day, there are small reminders of your diagnosis. A scar where your port used to be. A hot flash because you're in early menopause because of part of your treatment. A physio appointment where they work on lymphedema after a surgery. Breast cancer survivors are navigating the aftermath of their diagnosis all the time. When it's on such a massive level all around you, It can feel really overwhelming. The next thing that's wrong with Breast Cancer Awareness Month is that barely any research goes to stage 4 breast cancer. We know that stage 4 breast cancer survivors, they need more support. They need better treatment, better follow-up. They need more. 6% of women are diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer when they're first diagnosed with breast cancer. Right from the start, they have metastatic disease. So many women are dying from stage 4 breast cancer. The average survival rate for stage 4 breast cancer is 3 years. That's it. These women are just living 3 years. This is a group of women that desperately need more support during Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but yet the research dollars don't go towards stage 4 breast cancer. It's estimated that 2 to 5% of research dollars raised during Breast Cancer Awareness Month actually go to stage 4 breast cancer. That's such little research funds for metastatic disease. That's it. The group of women that need the most help, they're actually getting the smallest amount of funding. It's likely because stage 4 breast cancer is not pretty in pink, but breast cancer is not pretty in pink either. That's actually the next problem with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. There's often lots of walks and events with pretty pink flowers and signs or pink boas. Everything is pretty and nice, but breast cancer does not feel this way. Breast cancer is messy and traumatic. Breast cancer is deadly. To paint a picture of smiling bald women, well, that is really unrealistic. Breast cancer is not that. But this brings me to the next thing that's wrong with Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and this is a tricky one. If you're a breast cancer survivor who publicly shares your story of being diagnosed with breast cancer, then I would expect that this has already happened to you, if it hasn't already. Companies will ask you to speak at events and share your story. They'll ask you to make it personal, shed tears, be inspiring. In return, they'll say that they're giving you the opportunity to share your story. This will bring awareness to breast cancer. This is a bad deal for you. Sharing your story is great, don't get me wrong. If you want to share your story at a charity event or a fundraiser that's really meaningful to you, that's amazing, and go do it. But there's a price to sharing your story. The time to write the speech and to rehearse, and the emotional toll. If companies are asking you to share your story at an event or for a purpose, then you should be compensated. If they're using the event to benefit for marketing or promotion or otherwise, then you should be compensated too. That makes sense. Unfortunately, I've personally been asked to share my story of surviving cancer more times than I can count. And in return, I'm given the opportunity to share my story. No, thank you. Sharing my story and my diagnosis, it's really emotionally draining. I want to make sure that the right cause benefits, not just some random company. Okay, so now that you know the issues with Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I want to share with you some organizations that are working to correct this. I'll put their direct links below this video. First is the Breast Cancer Research Fund. This group is the largest private funder of breast cancer research in the world. They also contribute high amounts of research dollars specifically to metastatic disease. 41%, much higher than that 3 to 5% average. The next organization is the Dr. Susan Love Foundation. Now, there are charity watchdogs that rate different charities based on how they spend their funding. And the Dr. Susan Love Foundation gets a very high rating. They only dedicate 9% of their budget to administration costs. That's very low. This means that the overwhelming majority of your donation goes exactly to where it's needed. This foundation also focuses on partnerships and collaborations that are non-traditional. That's exactly what you need, thinking outside of the box. Okay, but up next is Living Beyond Breast Cancer. Now, if you're a breast cancer survivor and you're financially struggling, then this organization is for you. Living Beyond Breast Cancer offers financial support from $500 to $1,000. This is specifically for women that are in breast cancer treatment or those who are living with stage 4 diagnosis. It's also been around for 30 years, quite a long time. Next up is MetaViver. MetaViver is specifically for stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. When they were founded, there was no organization that was specifically focused on fundraising for metastatic disease or speaking out about it. And even to date, they are the only US-based organization that focuses purely on metastatic breast cancer. These are the organizations that you should consider giving your donation to this Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Okay, so now that you know more about the problems with Breast Cancer Awareness Month and where your donation dollars can truly make an impact, you need to know more about the drugs used to commonly treat breast cancer. Tamoxifen. That's why I'm linking up this next video here for you. Click the link here. I'll see you in the next video.